Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mohammed and we are here to talk about farming. Today I'm not going to say we are here to talk about livestock farming because we have a lot to talk about. Alaj, salamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Alaj, I'm
Yes.
so happy to be here.
Yeah, nice.
It has been a good ride.
Yeah, nice to see you here.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Alaj, please introduce yourself to us.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Mashud, a
Okay.
farmer and one time the national best farmer for Ghana 2021.
2021.
Yes.
The whole Ghana.
The whole Ghana was
Wow, that's a big achievement.
Yeah. I mean, well, we are still working on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you aiming to achieve more, inshallah?
Definitely, I mean, it's human.
Okay.
Once you get here, you are ready to go to move to the next level.
Yeah, okay.
So that's normal.
Sure. Alaj, where are we?
We are in our warehouse.
Okay.
Where our offices are located in Tamale on the Yendi Road.
Okay.
So this our main offices.
Okay.
All the farming, everything we are doing. This is the engine room.
Okay.
We always come to take decisions, do our meetings, and then plan what we are supposed to do in the fields.
Okay.
So here we are doing so many things. Our farm name is Kujo Abimash Farms.
Okay.
We have a cooperative which is called Kang Cooperative,
Okay.
where we support outgoers. And this year alone, we have supported no less than 4,000 farmers.
4,000.
Yes, to do soybean,
Okay.
maize, and then granite,
Okay.
which is now known as peanuts.
Okay.
So that's what we do. And again, we are into animal production.
Okay.
We are into processing of rice.
Okay.
We are into poultry.
Okay.
And then we deal in the small ruminants.
Wow.
And if you come to Kujo Abimash Farms, we are not just doing farming, but as much as we are doing a lot.
Okay.
We are into environmental protection. Everything we are doing with regards to crop farming is something we tailored towards protecting the environment.
Okay.
And why we do that is that how do we do that? We do it this way. We do something we call here as vertical integration.
Vertical integration. Okay.
We have animals, we have poultry, we are into crop production,
Okay.
and then we interlink all of them.
Okay.
So, for instance, if I'm to take rice as an example,
Yeah.
as a crop, Kujo Abimash Farms, we do rice, we process rice,
Okay.
and then we sell paddy rice.
Okay.
So, and we have animals.
Okay.
The paddy rice, when we process, the grain is used as feed for human.
Okay.
The rice bran is used as feed for poultry and animals.
Okay.
The chaff, which we mill and leave, serves as litter for both poultry and animals.
Okay.
And after collecting all the litter, we send it back to the farms to produce grain again, bring it back for human consumption and animal consumption.
Okay.
So, in a nutshell, nothing in Kujo Abimash farms goes waste.
Wow.
Even the animal dropping doesn't go waste.
Okay.
We use it as fertilizers for our farms.
Okay.
So, in order to talk about animals alone,
Yeah.
or if we are to concentrate or focus so much on animals,
Yeah.
we have the small ruminants. Here,
Okay.
we have big ruminants, that's cattle.
Okay.
But we can't keep all our cattle in this enclave
Okay.
because we may have problems with the community.
Yeah.
So, what we normally do is that we just keep the special breeds in this enclave. So, those special breeds, I'll term it as we breed them.
Okay.
And then after some time, we send them back to the main farms, which is far from here.
Okay.
So for the animals to cross those ones there, or sometimes when we need a special breed, we bring the female cattle back to this place
Okay.
for crossing.
So this is more of an exhibition
An
center.
exhibition center.
Okay.
So where we keep animals.
Okay.
And then when we talk about sheep, similarly, we have special breeds which we use here.
Okay.
And then for crossing purposes, sometimes we bring female sheep or we send a male sheep to a male ram to where we want it to cross.
Okay.
So these are basically things Kujo Abimash farms we are
Into
doing.
wow.
So we are into agro scheme, mechanization, crop production, animal production,
Mm,
poultry processing, and I mean we are doing quite a lot of things.
okay.
So maybe as we engage further, we may be talking
It's
detail in
massive. The
all details.
introduction alone
Yes.
is massive. It's
Okay.
massive.
Yeah.
Allah, may Allah bless you. I've
I
seen
mean,
it with my eyes, but it's about time our viewers also see it, inshallah, and see the good work that you are doing.
yeah.
This is not about money, but the people that you are feeding.
Yes.
You are feeding the country.
You know, in if you are a farmer, your first priority as a farmer should be to feed people.
Okay.
That's where so many people fail. So many people think farming is just to look for money.
Okay.
No, fine. It's good to look for money by using agriculture. But the main thing every farmer should put at the back of his mind, where he should focus, should be that your main purpose is to cultivate and feed people,
Okay.
to eradicate hunger. But if your sole purpose, because that's the first objective of
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
farmer,
Yeah. Okay.
you must cultivate or you must rear to feed or to chase hunger or to reduce hunger.
Okay.
So even if you look at previously, farming was the purpose of farming was just to feed.
Yeah. Okay.
So and that's really the primary purpose of doing farming.
Hmm.
So if it comes to a point where people only focus on money, you see that they produce anything.
Okay.
You see that they can produce any unwholesome food.
Okay.
But at our ends, our primary focus is to feed people, reduce poverty, and then the rest of the things follow.
Okay.
So our primary focus is just how to produce wholesome food for human consumption,
Okay.
but not nothing more than that.
Okay.
And then if we are able to solve that problem and money follows, we are happy.
Okay.
Uh,
You talk of reduce poverty. When we entered here, I saw a lot of guys running to just to greet you.
yeah.
How many workers do you have
We
here?
have currently our 53 workers who are
53
yes
workers.
who are on our payroll,
Okay.
and then we have more casual workers.
Okay.
As I speak, when we have to talk of the crop farms, we have about 1,173 acres of
Oh,
farms.
okay.
And with all these things, we have casual workers in these farms.
Okay.
And these casual workers, if we have to aggregate them together, they are numbering more than 1,000.
Wow.
Yes. So in a year, the employment we create for people is more than 1,000 workers.
Wow.
So we are doing quite. We are trying our best,
Inshallah.
but our best we still aim to do more.
Inshallah.
Yeah, yeah.
Inshallah. You know, let's talk about the animal side.
Hmm.
How many years have you been into
I've been
the
into animal
livestock?
into livestock about 19 years now.
19
And yes,
years.
because it was cattle I started
Okay.
before I went into crop production.
Okay.
So because I initially, there's this love for animals by people in northern Ghana,
Sure.
because we used to we every household you go, you see either a goat or a sheep or a fowl, something. I mean, something
Yeah. Yeah.
agric there.
Yeah.
So we were born into those things.
Yeah.
So when I grew up and I became I attended school at a point. I became a teacher,
Professional
a
teacher.
professional teacher. Yeah, I
Okay.
completed University of Education.
Okay.
So it was that okay. I said, why don't I try lay my hands on animals? So I
Okay.
started with sheep and then cattle.
Okay.
So that's about 19 years ago.
Mm,
And I mean, the journey has not been easy, but I mean, Alhamdulillah, we are happy
okay.
that we are into it.
Thank you. Share your experience with us about livestock. When you started livestock, how did it
Yeah, I
go?
mean, like I said, it's not too easy.
Okay.
Maybe I may be speaking this way, and someone will say, "Wow, 19 years, you're already at this level. Maybe you have maybe 1,000 cattle, sheep. You have these, you have this." Somebody may just
Yeah. Yeah.
assess and say,
Yeah.
"Wow, it's so easy." No, it's not. It's not easy. When you have to start, you see, every business, if you have to start, you must first acquire the knowledge.
Knowledge.
The knowledge is very important.
Okay.
Either you learn
So
from
among the capital we speak of, among the land, everything,
no,
knowledge is the number one thing.
number one thing. You
It's
need to have
knowledge.
knowledge.
Okay.
Either you learn from school or you learn from somebody who is already doing it.
Okay.
And preferably, I always prefer to learn from the person who is already doing it.
Okay. That's practical.
That's practical knowledge. So, like me, I didn't attend in agricultural school.
Okay.
So I learned from people who are into what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So I learned agricultural, animal production from people who are doing it practically.
Okay.
So they taught me what to do if you want to have a hybrid crossbreed. This way you have to do uh, any female or any cow you see, the female one, what you have to look into it before you buy it
Okay.
as something you can rear, a bull, what you need to know about it, and all those things.
Okay.
So the first thing in every venture is the knowledge.
Okay.
But if you don't acquire the right knowledge, you crash,
Okay.
you fail.
Okay.
So then, if you are able to acquire that knowledge, you have a plan.
Okay.
What should I be doing next? Because even acquiring capital is not easy as people may think.
Yeah.
And even if you are a government worker, if you are from a rich background, if your brother or uncle is having money or what, it's not as easy as that.
Okay.
So you yourself must try to build a capital for yourself.
Okay.
How do you do it? You may even start from fowl, a
Okay.
guinea fowl, a goat, to sheep, to the big ruminants.
Okay.
But you see, these days, people just want to succeed so easily,
Yeah. Quick.
but very quick, by looking at what somebody who is already successful is doing and also want to start from that level,
Okay.
which is wrong.
Okay.
Very, very wrong.
Mm.
So you acquire some small capital, start, learn how to manage your own enterprise
Okay.
before you grow. For instance, your uncle may be there, or your father or your mother may be very rich,
Yeah.
who can provide you maybe a million Ghana cedis to start.
Okay.
But when he provides you with that million Ghana cedis and you want to start with it, without the knowledge, without managing it yourself to try to build it up, the million Ghana cedis, if it is invested, will go waste.
Okay.
So you must start with something small,
Okay.
build on it, learn on it, build, learn. You meet the the downs,
The challenges.
the challenges, and everything, and
Yeah.
then you build on them to have your experience before you can invest so much into whatever you are doing.
Okay. Okay.
So this is just what I can say with regards to any business. Not if we are to zero into livestock, this is just what we need first
Okay.
before we venture deep into anything we are doing, especially regarding agriculture or livestock.
Okay. Right now, you do a lot of things here,
Yeah.
but now we are speaking of the livestock aspect. You are into breeding and fattening as well.
Yes.
Which one makes you more money, or which one do you like?
You see, all of it. I would say there are just two things on the same coin.
Okay.
You understand? So either fattening or breeding all fetch some good income for the farmer.
Okay.
So it depends on what your interest is.
Okay.
Somebody is there, he's not interested to keep animals all the time.
Okay.
He just want to fatten them, release them into the market,
Okay.
and again begin another cycle. Another person wants to do only breeding, and
Okay.
then the next thing he released to somebody again to also do the fattening. So
Okay.
depending on what you want to do at a particular time, that's why you can come in.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But if you can do both, why not?
Hmm.
Like we are doing here, we are doing fattening, we are doing
Breeding.
breeding,
Okay.
and then I mean we like all of it.
Okay.
That's just what I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
if you go elsewhere in Europe or in America, there are people who are specialized in breeding.
Okay.
So maybe when the cows are produced at a point, then they will release them to
Okay.
people who will do
Yeah.
the fattening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I mean, and the funny thing is that here we have everything free,
Okay.
but we are not making good use of it,
Mm.
especially when we are going into livestock. So with this one, I'll
Do we
just,
have everything free?
yeah, apart from buying the animals, what else do we normally buy so much? We don't buy. I will I say even 70% of the feed is mostly free.
Okay.
You only need to go and then fetch them from the farms,
Mm.
because you see that there are rice straws which finally we burn.
Okay.
We have soybean chaff. Finally, we fetch and finally it will burn off.
Okay.
We have sorghum chaff.
Okay.
Finally, we burn them. Corn stalks and other things. Finally, we burn them off.
Wow.
So, practically, I'll say they are mostly free.
Okay.
It's just what matters is the person who is going to pick it and come and process it for animal feed.
Okay.
That's where we're having
Big challenge.
some. So 70% of feed costs
Okay.
in northern Ghana,
Okay.
what I say is free.
Okay.
Uh,
Northern Ghana.
northern
The
Ghana.
location also matters.
So, well, you see, why I'm limited to northern Ghana is that I'm in the north.
Yeah.
So I understand so many things here.
Okay.
Possibly, maybe in the southern sector too, maybe like that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be general.
Okay.
If I say feed in Ghana is
Mm,
free, maybe I may be lying.
sure.
So where I am, I should be able to speak
That's true.
to that. If not, if I generalize, I may be lying. Maybe somewhere you can go into someone's farm and fetch
Yeah.
soybean chaff
Okay.
or maize straws,
Yeah.
maize
Okay.
stalks,
Okay.
or
Rice ball.
rice straws.
Okay.
But basically, mostly what we are doing here, the feed is mostly free.
Okay.
Uh,
You were doing livestock
yeah,
before you started the crops.
yeah.
Is it that you were not making enough money in the
Oh,
livestock, or you were making enough money and you think, okay, let me invest into this
no,
field?
in life, you see, one should always think ahead.
Okay.
Like I always say, uh, we sort of wanted to do vertical integration.
Okay.
And the vertical integration simply means everything must, because it came to a point where we're having problem dealing with the cow down.
Okay.
What do we use it for? So then we thought of let's use it to produce crops.
Okay.
And then when we went to crop production, it was the animal down we used as fertilizers. And then, I mean, it is working and it has
Mm,
worked over the years. So we are okay
okay.
with that. We
Mm,
are happy. We are doing that. But in life, one should always be thinking forward.
okay.
What can I do? Where should I go? Where should I move from this place? Even where we are currently, we are talking of, because over the years we've been doing crop production. We're not doing something. We're not doing irrigation farming.
Okay.
Currently, we are taking another step to
Okay.
that level again
Okay.
to see how. And maybe after the irrigation, we'll be thinking of going to another level, moving to another level because I mean our primary purpose, like I said,
Yeah.
is to feed,
Okay.
and feeding, creating employment too is part.
Okay.
So as much as we are doing all these things, we are trying to create more employment, inject capital in the rural economy.
Okay.
Because mostly what we are just doing is mostly rural area centered businesses we are doing.
Okay.
So if we are able to inject more capital into the rural economy where people's livelihood is improved, I mean, we'll be so happy to see people life improving through our activities.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, these are the things we are just
You were giving me
doing.
a scenario of the percentage that human beings eat from
So
a crop.
if you look at for instance, like maize,
Okay.
you see after cultivating maize,
Yeah.
we will only go and pick the maize cob.
Yeah.
And what we are eating from it, if we are to pick the whole plant as a whole, what we are eating from the plant is less than 10%.
Okay.
So what we are eating, no, if we take that one and throw the rest or bend the other ones, it means that our effort is what we benefit from our effort is very small.
Okay.
So upon thinking on all these things, we said, oh wow, why don't we also
Bring
make
in.
good use of the maize stock
Yeah.
by using it to feed our animals. And indeed, using it to feed our animals, the animals feed very well. And again, drop their shit, and
Yeah.
then we send it back to the farm for production.
Yeah.
So basically, whatever we are doing, link on each
Each
other.
other. It depends on
It
each
depends
other.
on each other,
Okay. Then
and
nothing goes waste.
nothing goes waste.
Okay.
So animals, what human feed, what is left is used to feed animals. The animals drop
Done.
their down, and then we send it back to the farm to produce food again. And then the crop too will feed on the animal down, and then the animal down will produce food for themselves.
So
So
you won't be buying fat
basically,
again.
we will be reducing cost of production
Okay.
and then increasing our yields. And basically, this is just what the farmer is looking for.
So will you advise people who want to go into livestock that try and do some crops attached if
Yes,
you
I
have the
mean, when you have the means,
yeah.
you should do it.
Okay.
When you have the means, you should do it because even if you can't do it, I mean, you can convert the animals down so many to do so many. But I know other people are using it for biogas.
Okay.
Other people are even using it for liquid fertilizers.
Okay.
So many things. People are, and I mean, we should be improving every now and then.
Okay.
We shouldn't just be doing business as usual.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, I grew up and I saw my father rearing animals, and then we're struggling with a cow down.
Okay.
I mean, so why,
Yeah.
what should we do? Because we are in an era of technology
Mm.
where things are found on YouTube everywhere.
Yeah.
You can acquire knowledge.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't just sit down, assume that this is how things are.
Okay.
Others are doing different things, and others are not planning to even colonize other planets.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here? So I mean, we should also improve our lives. Try
Okay.
to do something
Okay.
practical for the future generation to benefit.
Okay.
But if we're just going to be doing the business as usual, I mean, my father was having a cattle, or we're having cattle where he was not doing anything. I mean, the cow down, we're struggling with it. At a point, we'll be waiting when the rivers are full. We go and throw the animals down in it, and then it will send it away. I mean, this archaic.
Okay.
We should be able to do something different
Okay.
as
Some
people
people are struggling. They don't know where to.
to even
Yeah.
dispose of
Yeah.
the down.
Yeah.
So even if you yourself you are not a farmer, you can liaise with a crop farmer in your community,
Yeah.
and then you will do integration. He will come and then fetch your distance, go and fertilize his crops. I mean, to just mitigate, to reduce his production costs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe at the end of the day, when he sees that the things are, maybe your house you may not even buy food again.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll bring you one bag too.
Two bags for you to also feed on.
Okay.
So these are just the things we should be leveraging on
Okay.
because animals are very important
Okay.
as we, the human being.
Okay.
So we should be able to do something practical and something good for ourselves. I mean,
Okay.
at a point where technology is so rampant,
Yeah.
we are still living as if we are in an era where we don't have. But meanwhile, everybody has a phone,
Yeah.
a phone, Android or Apple phone in his
Yeah. Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
So we can learn so much from those things from YouTube and other platforms.
Okay.
Very important.
Okay.
Uh,
Now in crops, what's the difference between livestock and crops?
yeah, like you have just mentioned, animals are animals and
Yeah,
crops are
are
crops.
crops. But in business
So,
terms,
so in business, I'll say all is good.
okay.
But even though crops have quick returns,
Okay.
but
Within 6 months, within
within
seven
6 months
months.
you are harvesting. Within 4 months you are harvesting. So you see that the returns are quicker
Okay.
than animals.
Mm.
But in any case, like I always say, I always prefer integration. We
Okay.
should be able to integrate whatever we are doing. And crop farming, like I said, we are into maize production,
Yeah.
soybean, and then maize
Okay.
and rice.
Mm.
We do cowpea and then sorghum as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, we love whatever we are doing
Okay.
because sometimes I don't want to say it's a hobby, but it is we,
Yeah.
and the farming is we,
Yeah.
and then we are also the farming.
Sure, I
So
understand.
so it's something we love.
Okay.
We love farming.
Mm.
Sometimes dry season you see us being in our farms and people are wondering, like, Charlie, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? We
Yeah.
are. I mean, this is our work.
Yeah.
We don't do anything. I always tell people that I don't have any work
Yeah,
apart
okay.
from farming.
Mm.
So farming is me, and I'm also farming.
Okay.
So it's something we have passion for and something we love.
Okay.
So any type we are doing, we are interested.
Yeah.
So the crop farming, we love crop farming, we love animal farming. But if we are to zero into crop farming, I mean, it's so lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, you go and then you work, you see your crops, you harvest. I mean, you see that. I mean, these are the things which we are, like I told you,
Yeah.
our primary purpose is to feed. You understand?
Okay.
I believe, and that is what Allah Himself needs.
Yeah.
Because there is this narrations of Allah asking one prophet, why, what has he done to help him?
Okay.
And then the prophet said, oh, I have fasted, I have prayed, I've done this, I've done this. God said, look, those things are yours.
Okay.
And then he asked God, what do you think I can do whereby it will be of help to you, God? And God said, if you feed somebody,
Okay.
it means that you have helped me.
Okay.
As God, you have helped God. So what is more
Mm.
than helping God? I think if the president of Ghana asks you, or you tell the president of you even do something which will help president of
Of
Ghana,
Ghana.
I
Yeah.
believe you'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Not to talk of God.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the work as a farmer is something like you are helping God Himself,
So, farmer,
not
we should be
people.
proud of
You should be
ourselves,
very proud of
proud of the work you're doing.
doing, because it's the only work which you do, which is work for God.
Okay.
Because you see, God has created all creation,
Oh,
and feeding the creation is His responsibility.
yeah.
So if you are a farmer and you are feeding God's nation, it means that you are doing the work for God. So which is
Mm.
more important than even the monetary
Yeah.
aspect
Okay.
of it.
Okay.
So if you are a farmer, I mean, you should be very proud and know that this work you are doing, you are helping God Himself.
And
See,
if you are not a farmer, you are thinking of getting into farming, don't hesitate.
don't hesitate. I mean,
Okay.
like I just said, for instance, if you are doing something to help President of Ghana, how
Mm.
would you be? I mean,
You'll be
you'll be so
happy.
happy.
Yeah.
So not even to talk of God.
Yeah.
You understand?
Sure. Sure.
So
Sure.
if you are to put all presidents together to relate them to God, can they match?
No.
No.
No. No.
So if God Himself has made it a point that when you feed somebody, you have helped him God.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, you should be very proud
Sure.
of what you are doing.
Okay.
So this is our motivation for
Okay.
wanting to feed people, not necessarily feeding people to make money.
Okay.
Our motivation is that God Himself has gazetted that one, saying that if you feed His creation, you are helping
Him, God.
God.
Okay.
So I mean that's
Me
our
myself, I'll
motivation.
be happy to even help Alaj because Alaj is a big man. Imagine I'm shaking the Alaj's hand. It's matter. How about God?
How about God? So
Inshallah,
it's
inshallah.
something we should be very proud of.
Okay.
Not necessarily the monetary aspect, but
Mm.
we should be thinking that I mean, if you do this, you are helping God, and in helping God, you are helping His creation.
Okay.
And in helping His creation, it means that you are becoming the friend of God.
Okay.
So these are just our
Alaj,
motivation.
you are seeing bags here.
Yeah.
Bags. Thousands. Should
Yeah.
I say thousands? Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean,
But before we talk of that, this year was it a successful year for you?
well,
But we cried a lot.
I always say, like just where I've ended.
Yeah.
I'm saying that our primary purpose is to feed people.
Yeah.
That's our primary
Yeah.
purpose. So once we are able to get 2 or 3 bucks and we know people will be feeding from it,
Okay.
it means that we should be happy. There's no
Mm.
way we can say it's not a successful year.
No complaints.
It's a very successful year. We are so happy. I mean, God, His wisdom knows what He's doing.
Okay.
As a person who loves religion,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say God mistakes. God
Mm.
has never mistaken. I mean,
Okay.
we are happy. There was drought. That wasn't the best for us,
Okay.
but we are very happy. We can't say it wasn't good. It was okay. It's good. We are happy, and
Okay.
we thank God, Allah Subhanahu so much for what He has given us. Because I
Yes.
mean, more or less, if nothing at all, if we can feed not less than 10,000 people,
Okay.
or we can more than that, but
Okay.
we can feed more than that, even 100,000 we can feed.
Okay.
So we are happy that we were able to get something which can feed people.
Okay.
And like I said, God He said, even if you feed one creature of His, He'll be very happy with
Okay.
you. And then if we can feed more than one or two or three people, I mean, we should be very happy with what we are doing. Just praying that next year should be another successful year for us.
Okay. Has it been a bad year for you since you started
Oh
farming?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want to just call it a bad year. A year which we didn't like so much.
Okay.
So 2019 was not too good for us.
Okay.
But I mean, we were okay. Apart from 2019, we will say this year has also been not too fair. But I mean, we're okay. Like
Okay.
I'll say, if you
You
are able
just
to
be
feed
grateful to
two,
Allah.
you are able to feed two or three people. I mean, you should be happy for doing that because, and in any way, your purpose has been filled
And
because
your people are getting
your
paid.
my people
Yeah.
are getting paid.
Yeah.
People, I don't know how many people benefit from each worker.
Yeah.
So I mean, we are happy. We're okay. We love what we are doing, and already we have even started preparing our lands again against next year.
Okay.
So we are happy.
Okay.
I believe if we're not happy, we wouldn't have been doing that again.
Sure.